And what can they expect as far as like recovery if they would decide to like have surgery, have their replacement? What time frame would they look at for surgery? Because I hear patients ask that a lot, like how long until I'm, going about my regular duties?
Right.
And I hear you say a lot that, it's a gradual thing.
Well, what happens is people say, when am I going to be back to normal after my surgery?
Yeah.
And my question is, what's your definition of normal? Because it's relatively speaking, because first of all, hip and a knee replacement are not an operation that you do the surgery, you're in bed for 6 weeks, you wake up and you're normal. It's a gradual process. The first thing to expect is that when you go to the hospital, the surgery takes about 30 minutes to do or so, a hip or knee replacement. There's either way a little bit, but about 30 minutes. You spend overnight in the Surgical Institute of Reading, then you go home the next day. First day is resting, and you're actually up and walking the first evening after surgery. So if your definition of being back to normal is walking, well, I guess that's one day. Then after that, you're on a walker. I keep my patients on the walker for a week just to make sure that you're safe. You get through recovery, you're going to physical therapy. And the milestone that I look for about 3 weeks or so, most patients are coming in walking on a cane at that point. So that's when they tell me they kind of feel like they're getting back to normal. So, and by 6 weeks, most people say, well, I kind of feel like I'm getting back to normal. I'm doing normal activities, hitting a bucket of golf balls, going in the garden, going for a walk, those sorts of things. And really 80% of your healing probably happens in the first 6 weeks, but that 20%, that takes a whole year. So if you want to be back to as good as you're going to be after hip or knee replacement, you got to wait a year to a year and a half. But that doesn't mean you're not doing well and doing fine and feeling 1,000% better.